It's a Wednesday, April 1st. Our men have been marching peacefully, and there had been no arrests for a while. Then some men had a fight in the street in Red Jacket, and a WFM member from Wolverine got shot. We were all hoping something might happen to make the company recognize the union. I do not think that will ever happen now. Something strange happened, too. A lot of rumblings, like a little earthquake, happened over in Hancock. Dishes rattled in people's houses. The strikebreakers all ran out of the Quincy mine and refused to work. The headline in the Miners magazine said, "God takes a hand." Last Sunday, I overheard Papa tell Mama that the bills are piling up for the union. He told Mama all is probably lost. The union is working to make sure men like Papa can go back to work without the strike being held against them. I kept my nose in my science book and memorized things I need to know for my next test, so Mama and Papa would not think I was listening to them. Thursday, April 9th. Papa came to the back door of Mr. Edwards' house after the union meeting today and asked to see me. WFM say no more money. They cut strike benefit, he said. I didn't know what to say. I don't think Papa did either. He stared at the kitchen floor and finally said, "You think Mr. Edwards wants to keep work a bit more?" Yes, I think so, I told Papa. Just through summer, then you go back to school, right? He put his hands on my shoulders. You promise? I promise I will go back to regular school in the fall, I said. April 12th, Easter Sunday. Christmas did not feel like Christmas, and Easter has turned out almost as bad. After church today, Papa and Yago went to the union meeting to vote. A lot of the men wanted to keep up the fight. Papa and Yago voted to end it. Now I wait and wonder if they will be allowed to go back to work. When I got back to Mr. Edwards' house, it was still light enough to see that the crocuses had finally bloomed. At least there is something good in this world. Tuesday, April 14th. Well, it's over. The paper said that in the Calumet unit there were more votes to stay on strike, but across the whole copper district, most men voted to end it. The papers say we should put it behind us now and move forward, forgive and forget. As much as some people hated us and as angry as some men got, I don't think that will be easy. Union officials said in the papers that the strike was a glorious victory for workers everywhere. Newspapers all over the country read about us. Our nation's lawmakers have a better idea about how hard it is for working men. It seems to me that families like ours went through a lot of misery for nothing. Well, not quite nothing. The men do have a shorter workday and a little bit more pay. I sat down with a pencil and figured out how much our family would have made if Papa and Yago had not gone on strike. It would take several years with the little increase in pay to earn back what they lost since last July. That is, if nothing we need to buy goes up in price. Sunday, April 19th. Yenny was the one to tell me how it was at home last week. She asked me to come out with her to milk Daisy. First, she told me Papa said lots of the union men feel betrayed. The union promised to support us until we won, and they didn't. Papa and Yago walked tall when they left the house to go turn in their union books and see if C&H would take them back, Yenny said. They never got in any trouble the whole time, so they had a good chance. That's good. So when will they start? That's the strange part, Yenny said. Lots of men were told there are no jobs available. When Papa came home, he said the captain told him some man named Richard put in a good word for him and Yago. They start work tomorrow. I wonder if what Mr. Edwards said that night the Richard family came to dinner had something to do with it, but I did not say anything. Sunday, April 26th. Papa walked me back to Mr. Edwards' house this evening. I was surprised when Mr. Edwards greeted us and asked Papa to come in for a few minutes. We sat down at the kitchen table. Mr. Nemi, Emma is a good worker and a very bright young woman. Would you let her keep working for me through the summer and maybe beyond that? Yeah, she can keep work for summer, but she got to go to school come fall. Mr. Edwards explained his plan. I was so amazed at what he said it was hard to translate so Papa could understand. In the fall, Mr. Edwards wants me to keep living at his house during the week. I will do morning chores before school. After school, I will serve tea and supper and do housework until 8 p.m. Then I must study. The housework will pay my room and board. I will work at the store all day Saturday for $1. Papa's eyes about popped out when he heard $1. Believe me, Mr. Edwards said, your daughter is worth what she will earn. He also told Papa he wants me to open a bank account to save some of my earnings. I think she should go farther than high school, he told Papa. I know people who could help her get a scholarship for college. He also said that when Papa gets his land and my family moves onto it, he will make sure I go to the Finnish church. If I serve Sunday dinner and do that bit of washing up at the end of each month, I can take the trolley to Lake Linden at noon on Friday. Papa will pick me up and take me home for the weekend. I would not have to come back until noon on Monday. You good man, Mr. Edwards. Emma can keep work for you that way. Papa and Mr. Edwards shook hands. I wish I could hug both of them, but that would not be proper. I have not felt this happy in a very long time. Friday, May 1st. My afternoon errands took me past one of the schools today. A group of children twirled their ribbons in the maypole dance. I stopped to watch and thought about everything that has happened since Marie and I danced last year. There has been so much hate and anger, so much sorrow, so much death. It has been the darkest year of my life. On this, my 13th birthday, I have more hope than I have ever had before. People say 13 is an unlucky number. 12 was my unlucky number. 13 has to be better. When I got back to the house, I went around to the flower beds and picked a few daffodils. I put them in the vase and the tray when I took Mrs. Edwards her tea. I felt as bright and sunny as the flowers. I have a chance to go to college if I work hard. Maybe I could go to Marquette Normal School and become a teacher. Maybe I could go to nursing school. I'm going to be somebody. I will do it for Lempy and all the other children who never can. I will do it for my family and myself. I will do it because I have Sisu.